Hello, welcome back to our exploration of A Course in Miracles. Today we will be looking at lesson 27. We'll continue our reading of the text. We are in chapter 19 and we are exploring the obstacles to peace. And so what I thought we might start with actually is looking at the definition of peace, or at least trying to get a better understanding of what the Course means when it says the word peace before we get stuck into the introduction to obstacles to peace. So let me go ahead and share the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Read A Course in Miracles. And so let's just pop into the text so I can show you where we're at. So we're at chapter 19, the attainment of peace. And then just look at the anatomy of this chapter. So there are 4 sections. We are at section 4, the obstacles to peace. And then there are 4 listed obstacles in alphabetical order. And then each obstacle has a subsection to it. So today I thought we would just explore the obstacles to peace, which is here. I did peek ahead. You can see that it's just 3 paragraphs. And so before we get started, let's get a sense of what the Course means by peace. So I'm just going to use the search feature to type in the word peace. And we have 950 results. All right, so it starts with the introduction. You know what? Let's look at the introduction. I haven't actually gone through the introduction with you, so let's do that together. All right, so paragraph 1. So this introduction is the introduction to the whole text. Okay, so paragraph 1. This is A Course in Miracles. It is a required course. Only the time you take it is voluntary. Free will does not mean that you can establish the curriculum. It means only that you can elect what you want to take at a given time. The Course does not aim at teaching the meaning of love, for that is beyond what can be taught. It does aim, however, at removing the blocks to the awareness of love's presence, which is your natural inheritance. The opposite of love is fear, but what is all-encompassing can have no opposite. Paragraph 2. This course can therefore be summed up very simply in this way. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Herein lies the peace of God. All right, so here we have the first mention of peace, which is that peace is that which is real. Peace cannot be threatened. But to me, like the sun that's always shining, whether we see it or not, whether there is cloud cover or not, peace is like that. It's always there. However, there is an overlay of turbulence that needs to be seen through. Let's keep going. Let's just glance through some of the search results. Let's see. So let's look at this one. So chapter 1, section 6, you who want peace can find it only by complete forgiveness. Okay, so complete forgiveness creates the conditions for peace. Complete forgiveness would be undoing the thought system that caused the grievance in the first place. All right, let's keep going. In chapter 2, section 1, peace is an attribute in you. Okay, so we're learning that peace is internal. It's not external. In chapter 2, section 1, we also learn that health is inner peace. So when we have inner peace, then it creates the conditions for health. So peace must be something worth putting our attention on, our attention, our intention. All right, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Okay, let's look at this one. In chapter 3, section 4, God knows you only in peace, and this is your reality. Okay, it's confirming to us again that peace is that which is real. Anything that is not of peace cannot be real, according to the Course. All right. Also in chapter 3, section 6, this one here, peace is a natural heritage of spirit. Okay, so peace is part of our spirit essence, our spirit's wisdom, our spirit nature. All right, also in chapter 3, section 7, yourself is still in peace, even though your mind is in conflict. Okay, this is a great key for us. So our true self is still in peace, even though your mind is in conflict. And this absolutely is provable in deep meditation. I'll stop sharing for a second, but even though the Course has specifically said you don't need to spend hours in meditation, my direct experience has been that actually it's through those practices that you do get to have firsthand experience, practical experience of the phenomena that the Course is pointing to. I'm going to go back to share the screen. Let's scroll down a little more. Okay, chapter 5, section 3. If peace is eternal, you are at home only in eternity. So it's tied in. It's internal, it's eternal. It's a part of our nature, it sounds like. Okay, and let's look at this one. Chapter 5, section 4. I place the peace of God in your heart and in your hands to hold and share. Okay, so it sounds like that peace is something that we are here to bestow, to impart, to embody, to share. All right, I'm just going to scroll through some more. Chapter 8, section 5. Can you be separated from your identification and be at peace? Chapter 10, section 3. When I said, my peace I give unto you, I meant it. Okay? But it sounds more like we share it if we know how to find it and how to be present with it. Okay, chapter 10, section 3, peace comes from God through me to you. All right, let's stop that now. I think that gives us enough of an idea of what the Course means when it uses the word peace, when it refers to peace. So let's go back now to share the screen and look at Chapter 19, the attainment of peace, section 4, the obstacles to peace. Paragraph 1. As peace extends from deep inside yourself to embrace all the sonship and give it rest, it will encounter many obstacles. Some of them you will try to impose. Others will seem to arise from elsewhere, from your brothers, and from various aspects of the world outside. Yet peace will gently cover them, extending past completely unencumbered. The extension of the Holy Spirit's purpose from your relationship to others, to bring them gently in, is the way in which he will bring means and goal in line. the peace he laid deep within you and your brother will quietly extend to every aspect of your life, surrounding you and your brother with glowing happiness and the calm awareness of complete protection. And you will carry its message of love and safety and freedom to everyone who draws nigh unto your temple, where healing waits for him. You will not wait to give him this, for you will call to him and he will answer you, recognizing in your call the call for God, and you will draw him in and give him rest as it was given you. Okay, beautiful. So we have the peace within us, and that, and I love how it says, and you will carry its message of love and safety and freedom to everyone who draws nigh unto your temple, where healing waits for him. And so the original temple, the accessible temple that we have in any given moment, is that space between our own temples, which we call our mind. And really, that's where healing happens. Healing doesn't happen outside of us. It happens within us, and it happens within our own minds. When we see through our mind's eye the truth, when we share God's vision, and we see each other, we see what the Course calls the sonship, which is humanity. When we can see humanity through the lens of love, through, if necessary, the lens of forgiveness, under the light of compassion, and under the light of peace. Let's go to paragraph 2. I'm going to go back to share our screen. Okay, by the way, I don't know where my little speaker box has landed. I've been playing with the settings. Probably my head is cut off. I don't know how to do it differently. Okay. Paragraph 2. All this will you do, yet the peace that already lies deeply within must first expand and flow across the obstacles you placed before it. This will you do, for nothing undertaken with the Holy Spirit remains unfinished. You can indeed be sure of nothing you see outside you, but of this you can be sure. The Holy Spirit asks that you offer him a resting place where you will rest in him. He answered you and entered your relationship. Would you not now return his graciousness and enter into a relationship with him? For it is he who offered your relationship the gift of holiness, without which it would have been forever impossible to appreciate your brother. Okay, just to remind you that the Course came as an answer to an interpersonal relationship dynamic between Helen Schucman and her colleague. And so it was because that they had asked for peace around their relationship that the Course came as a response, as an answer. So this paragraph could be specifically speaking to their relationship. However, at the same time, the Course has been gifted to us. We're sitting here going through it together, exploring it together. And so we can hear the truths as they apply to us. We can see how they apply to us. Let's see. So I'm pointing specifically to the part where it said, he answered you and entered your relationship. And so now, would you not now return his graciousness and enter into a relationship with him? And so it's our opportunity to anchor into our faith, to turn our minds and our faces to him and ask how we can be, how we can see, what we can say, how we can act. All right, so I'm going to go back to share our screen for paragraph 3. And that will conclude this section for us, and we'll go on to the lesson. Paragraph 3. The gratitude you owe to him, he asks but that you receive for him. And when you look with gentle graciousness upon your brother, you are beholding him. for you are looking where he is and not apart from him. You cannot see the Holy Spirit, but you can see your brothers truly, and the light in them will show you all that you need to see. When the peace in you has been extended to encompass everyone, the Holy Spirit's function here will be accomplished. What need is there for seeing then? When God has taken the last step himself, the Holy Spirit will gather all the thanks and gratitude that you have offered him and lay them gently before his Creator in the name of his most holy Son. And the Father will accept them in his name. What need is there of seeing in the presence of his gratitude? So good. And I love one of the most simplest prayers is just to offer thanks. Thank you. Thank you for this home. Thank you for this shelter. Thank you for the clothes. Thank you for my life, this heart that beats. Thank you for this body. Thank you for the health of my children. Thank you for the beauty. Thank you for this amazing, abundant variety of food. Thank you for the animals through which we get to learn from and play with. Thank you for all the different personalities through which we can know ourselves and know you. So that is a lovely daily practice to just simply give thanks, to be grateful. And when we're broadcasting gratitude, then that feels different to people. It fills our aura, and our aura becomes this full, abundant, beautiful place for people to enjoy, to want to hang out in. Okay, so I'm going to stop share here. We're going now to practice our lesson. We are at lesson 27. So clicking on the workbook for students now, typing in lesson 27. And I love how the lessons seem to coincide with the themes of the text that we're looking at any given moment. So as usual, I'll have the narrator read the text for us. The idea for today's lesson is, above all else, I want to see. All right.
Lesson 27. Above all else, I want to see. Today's idea expresses something stronger than mere determination. It gives vision priority among your desires. You may feel hesitant about using the idea on the grounds that you are not sure you really mean it. This does not matter. The purpose of today's exercises is to bring the time when the idea will be wholly true a little nearer. There may be a great temptation to believe that some sort of sacrifice is being asked of you when you say you want to see above all else. If you become uneasy about the lack of reservation involved, add, vision has no cost to anyone. If fear of loss still persists, add further, it can only bless. The idea for today needs many repetitions for maximum benefit. It should be used at least every half hour and more if possible. You might try for every 15 or 20 minutes. It is recommended that you set a definite time interval for using the idea when you wake or shortly afterwards, and attempt to adhere to it throughout the day. It will not be difficult to do this, even if you are engaged in conversation or otherwise occupied at the time. You can still repeat one short sentence to yourself without disturbing anything. The real question is, how often will you remember? How much do you want today's idea to be true? Answer one of these questions, and you have answered the other. You will probably miss several applications and perhaps quite a number. Do not be disturbed by this. but do try to keep on your schedule from then on. If only once during the day you feel that you were perfectly sincere while you were repeating today's idea, you can be sure that you have saved yourself many years of effort.
Okay, so we are being instructed for many repetitions of practicing the idea, and we aren't given a specific time frame in which to practice the idea. So the idea for today is, above all else, I want to see. Now, if we become uneasy because it feels like that in order to, above all else, want to see, that something else has to give way, there has to be a sacrifice of some kind, then the sentence to add is, vision has no cost to anyone. It's to remind the personality mind that you're safe, it's okay. Above all else, you do want to see, because vision has no cost to anyone. There is nothing to sacrifice. Affirming then that it can only bless. And so one way would be to set a timer for every 20 minutes, the course is saying, or every half an hour, to take a moment to remind yourself, above all else, I want to see. And as the course says, as the instructions say, if only once during the day you feel that you are perfectly sincere while you're repeating today's idea, you can be sure that you have saved yourself many years of effort. So go ahead and set a timer to practice this idea throughout the day, around every 20 to 30 minutes or so. Above all else, I want to see. And I also want to add that the instructions for this particular lesson actually remind us of what we just learned by going over the introduction, which is that the course itself is required, but the way that you do it is up to you, in as much as the time that it takes. And so the instructions in this lesson say that start this lesson upon arising and then practice it as many times as you can throughout the day. And so you could find that you want to practice this lesson over several days. And so luckily you can watch these videos at your own pace, take your own time. They're here waiting for you to pick up whenever you're ready. All right, so I'm going to go back to share our screen so that we can look at our principle of miracles. So I'm going to go back to the text, the meaning of miracles, the principles of miracles, and we are at number 45. And I often say to screenshot the principle just to bring it top of mind. Principle number 45. A miracle is never lost. It may touch many people you have not even met and produce undreamed of changes in situations of which you are not even aware. Fabulous. And so this easily, squarely, promptly brings us back into faith. And that really it is our intention that is the most important thing. That as we intend to heal, as we intend to make holy, which is where the word heal comes from. Word heal comes from whole. And so as we put our attention and our intention towards making holy that which is unholy, to bring peace where there is not peace, to bring love into that which is loveless, reminding us or telling us that the effects can be far-reaching beyond our senses. All right. As always, I finish my videos by inviting you to visit the website elilacenter.org, go to the calendar page and sign up for any of the online classes there. The regular classes are the mindfulness-based meditation class, which is on the third Tuesday of the month at 7 p.m. And then on the fourth Monday of the month is the natural healing self-help class, because both of these classes help create the conditions for miracles. All right, wonderful. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you soon.